kind of a Sanskrit question. Please don't kill me. Shraddha, Shraddha. How do you break it?
Rat. Dha is the dhatu. Dha. Dha is to support, to give.
Yeah.
And then Shanach Pratyaya.
What is that?
Shanach. Shanach. Like
In
Yajamana.
English?
Yajamana. Shanach means present continuous. Really. Present continuous. Okay. Present continuous. That's the sense the Shanach Pratyaya will give. Shraddha. One who has Shraddha is called Shraddha.
Okay. So Shraddha is one to have faith, or that's the Shraddha. And then who has the Shraddha is Shraddha Dhana.
Correct. Shraddha.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
Shraddha. What is Shraddha if you ask? Shraddha means jnanam. Shraddha dadhati iti Shraddha. So therefore, it's not an ordinary faith. Faith, pending knowledge, verified knowledge is called Shraddha. That is why, and which Shraddha, every school-going child has that Shraddha in 100%. 100%. That is the child, because the child is not worried. Oh, will the teacher teach me all this properly? Am I getting the money's worth? And this, that, will I get a job after this? No. Clean, Shraddha, 100% Shraddha. That's why the child goes and absorbs everything like a sponge. Just observe. Why? Shraddha is there, 100%. Not even a dash of doubt will be there. So that Shraddha is important. I mean, doubt means doubt in the capacity of the person. That is why Satsanga is there for us. Doubts will all constantly come. That doubt will be there. And that doubt has to be clarified. Which Arjuna does. Constantly he wants clarification. So
in every aspect, Shraddha is like that. So, our the sadhana chaturayam.
So there are two kinds. So generally, Shraddha becomes very important here in this pursuit of Brahma Vidya because of the nature of the subject. That's how it is. Everything is Anatma Vidya, and now suddenly the whole pursuit is changing, and it's talking about Antarmukham. It's all going inward and talking about Atma. And it's not an easy thing. It's not easy if I'm not prepared for it. And therefore, there, Shraddha, I'm really expecting something. I really want to know. If I don't know, I will not feel complete. Now I want to know. The other Shraddha and all is what? I have Shraddha in the Veda. I am a Bhakta. Therefore, I'll go to heaven. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt. I don't need any proof beyond what I've already seen. Even though I'm surrounded by so many atheists around me, I don't have a problem. I'm fine. That's one type of Shraddha, right? And important Shraddha, no doubt. That also is called Shraddha. But there is nothing to know there other than to know that my final goal is moksha, and moksha means I will be taken care of God in a different world after death. It is also Shraddha. That also requires Shraddha. And our Shraddha has to go beyond that. Yeah.
So anywhere in Vedanta, when the word Shraddha says, that means it is the knowledge part.
So yeah, Shraddhavan labate jnana.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm thinking like this Shraddha is not just, oh, I really Shraddha you or something like that. No. Okay.
Yeah, this Shraddha
So in dictionary, there will be two meanings?
No, the Kalpadharma will give you one meaning. Kalpadharma is not worried about these two things that we talked about. No. You look at Kalpadharma, you'll have only one meaning. Shraddha, he will say, and we have to look at what other words he uses. But we don't know. We have to look at this one, Vachaspatyam, and see what he says. We may see some meanings. Yeah. They may say some meaning. We'll have to look at it. But for our purposes, these are the two broad divisions.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Prasad ji, go ahead.
The comment on this one, when you talked about the types of Vada and Prativada and Vitandavada, normally in colloquial, I mean, as we are growing, Vitandavada is like a negative connotation. But recently when I was looking at Nagarjuna's concept, it's totally based on Vitandavada. So it's more sophisticated. Mula Madhyama Kakarika and Vigraha Vyavartini, what he has written, it's purely based on Vitandavada. So just a note on that.
One good thing about studying Nagarjuna and all, it will make Vedanta seem very easy. Because they're, as Swami would say, they are twisting the logic in order to prove something that is not right. For that, you have to twist the logic quite a bit. You have to twist. And so, that is how it is. Therefore, your head will spin more than it's in this class.
True. Chatuskoti Vimurmukta, that's a tetralemma he uses, is like, it's spinning really. So it's 4 ways he's saying, neither out of itself, nor out of self, and nor out of other self, and neither of both, and neither of what is that? Neither, nor out of neither. Sorry, nor out of neither. So these are the 4 ways he says that he just cuts down every concept. So it's really interesting, but it's really spinning also. Yeah. One of the examples he uses is motion. There is no motion as such. So that's also, I mean, that's an example. It's really difficult to understand some of his concepts.
Yeah. So tarka. So tarka. So logic means what? Tarka, right? And it is called tarka pradhana darshana. Tarka pradhana darshana. These are all tarka pradhana. And Veda is secondary. So if you use Veda secondary, you can't arrive at this Purna Vidya. You can't. You know why? Because logic can only take you from finite to finite to finite to finite to finite. Any finite you can take you, logic. But finite to infinite jump, logic cannot take. That is why you have to rely on the Veda for it. And then use logic to help our understanding. So it is Shabda Pramana. Darshanam is Advaita Vedanta. Backed up by Tarka. Logic, we use logic all the time. All the time we use logic. So that's how it is. That story of that man who comes to a Swami, comes to my mind, who says, I've studied logic at Harvard. I'll mention it another time. It's a nice anecdote. I studied logic. You teach me Vedas, he says. Okay? The Swami immediately knows what the problem is. Immediately. So he traps the guy. And then, so anyway, logic cannot, logically you cannot arrive at Atma. Let me put it different. Logically, you cannot arrive from Anatma to Atma. It's not possible. If it were possible, we would have done it long ago. No, not possible. Shabda Pramanam has to step in. Otherwise, Atma is yesterday, when I was, the day before yesterday, Vajagovindam, some mantra, I was teaching them here in this hall. And I asked them, what happened? Why is Satsang important? How come we didn't get exposed to all this? That question I posed to the audience. They were giving many answers. And one person said, we didn't even know what Atma was. There is a question of Atma Vidya. And Atma has to be known. Only then Atma Vidya will come into picture. Atma itself is not known. And so, like that she said. So it's not available. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. Ascharyavat vadati. No, nobody can even guess this. So yeah, the tarka. So that is how we view tarka. So we don't. So some people say, I want to take tarka, the course on tarka. Course on tarka, if one takes, nothing wrong with that per se, but it will just take off its potential to take off in a different direction without any finality. Nagarjuna, if you read, there won't be any finality, won't be there. No, this is not this, that is not that, that is not that, that is not. Neti, we also say that. Neti. Advaita Vedanta also is Neti only. Neti is fine, but who am I then? That clarity will not be there. Or like Buddhists, to become Aham Shunyaha. At least a portion of Buddhism. Shunyavad. Aham Shunya, I don't exist. So these are all wrong. Straight away, let's say it. These are wrong conclusions. I don't exist is a wrong conclusion. Everything else about Buddhism is very good. All sadhanas, all upasanas, meditations, everything is good. Final conclusion somewhere. We won't say Buddha made a mistake. We said somebody somewhere has made a mistake. That's what we might. We give the benefit of doubt. We don't gain anything by criticizing Buddha. Is my understanding, am I clear or not? That's the most important question, right? Because we feel shy criticizing Buddha. Buddha is an avatar. For us, avatar, see, we don't have any problem. You want to make somebody an avatar? Okay, go ahead and make him an avatar. No problem with this. But the Shastra is adharmyam, it is. When somebody rejects the Veda, that's why we give the benefit of doubt to Buddha and say, no, Buddha did not reject the Veda. His students somewhere, they misunderstood and then they propagated the wrong teaching.
Like they misunderstood his silence.
Huh?
Like they misunderstood his silence.
Misunderstood his silence. Mauna Vyakya. And I don't think there is anything like he was silent or not. I've not read that kind of thing about
The silence means when he talked about Atma, he kept quiet or something like that.
When asked about death and what after death, those 14 questions or something, he kept silent. Yeah.
Correct. So that's why silence can be very dangerous. There are times when one should not be silent. Otherwise, what can you do? You have to start interpreting silence. Mind cannot keep quiet. Yeah,
but
Ramaji, go ahead.
At the end of it, I have other question. At the end of it, actually, the Tibetan Buddhism, which actually finally came close to Vedanta. In fact, it's called Shandong school of Buddhism. They actually said it is a clear light of void, which is basically the consciousness, the way it is. But it has been suppressed by another school, which actually Dalai Lama school belongs to. It is the Madhyamika, they have got Swatantrika and Prasangika. Prasangika, they want to deny everything. So, but the Shandong school came and said, you cannot deny everything. There has to be, finally, you have to say this. So then they came up with what is called, it's clear light of void, which is nothing but the consciousness, what we talk about. But they have been suppressed. So that's the background, actually.
Interesting. So the Shandong is Swatantrika and Prasangika. Shandong is something other than Swatantrika and Prasangika.
And Prasangika, yes. Yeah. And they are close to, they ended up with equal to Vedanta. I mean, Advaita. Just equal to Advaita.
Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So that grew in Tibet, huh? Like other people.
It is actually Nagarjuna's lineage, actually. Chandrakeerti and all those people. Finally, it resulted in Tibetan Buddhism. So that's where it grown so much. And all this Prasangika and all this came up from Tibet.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I have a question on Upasana. You said knowledge, right? So it's a visualization and dwelling upon the object of meditation. So I just want to understand, like when you say knowledge. So says it.
Upasanam is not knowledge. I didn't use the word knowledge for Upasanam. Upasanam. So go back to Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam. Yajnavalkya's pramanam for us is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. That's a pramanam for us. And so we know why. We know the purpose of these things. That also I said last time. Avarana nivritti, samshaya nivritti, and viparita bhavana nivritti. So nididhyasanam, viparita bhavana nivritti. Upasanam is a general word for us, which is used for either, which is often used for nididhyasana for us in our context. Okay, Shravanam and Mananam happens in class, or Mananam happens by the individual does Mananam. Shravanam happens in front of the Guru. Mananam happens in the absence of the Guru. Okay, and then nididhyasanam. That's about it. That's about it. Upasanam is used to refer to Dhyanam. Primary purpose of Dhyanam is for nididhyasanam. Any other Dhyanam we do also are in preparation for the nididhyasana. Preparation, because the mind chatter has to reduce. Need not eliminate chatter. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramati balavadridam. And then Krishna does say, yes. What did he say? He says, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. That is Krishna's answer. Arjuna said, Vayoreva dushkaram. So like the wind, it's impossible to control like that. This mind is going crazy. Yeah, correct. Krishna admits that's how it is. So abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena grihyate, he says. It should not be it should be at a point where the mind is more or less in your control, so that you can just pursue this wholehearted. That's the meaning. And so Vasanam can also give you great experiences. Just experiences. I saw this, I saw that. Experiences are possible because after all, it's the mind. Mind is the cause of all experiences. Therefore, one can do certain kriyas which can give you certain experiences. We don't deny that at all. We don't deny that. But we discourage people from going in that direction. Because experience is samsara. It comes under the category of samsara. Correct? We are talking about asamsaritvam. Therefore, if you go and sit and meditate for the sake of gaining an experience, then you're going in a different samsara track. That's all. It's a different track. But dhyanam is important. Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyaparaha is important. That you do, keep doing it, we say. Then nididhyasana. Sachidananda Swarupoham Angoham Punah Punaha. There are mantras, there are some popular mantras out there which are reminding me that I am Asangaha.
Brahmanandavalli.
And other songs. And So that's the purpose of Nididhyasanam. It's all after Jnanam, really Nididhyasana, not before Jnana. So that's the, so we don't, we are very careful. Our Swamijis were very careful when they talked about meditation and all. There is a purpose for meditation. It is used every day, begins with meditation in the ashram. Okay, ideally, in our day also, it can begin with meditation, ideally. And that's about it. This meditation is done. Then Shravanam Manam becomes very important. Pramanam is Shravanam. Nididhyasanam is not a Pramanam. No new knowledge comes in Nididhyasana. Can't come. Only Shravanam can give me knowledge. Mananam also will help. Will help. No doubt. Okay. Anything else? Prasad? Yeah. Ramuji, go ahead.
You said Nyaya will take you heaven.
Okay.
But why it was included in the Shadangas?
Shadangas. What is Shadanga?
That 6 subsidiary Angas which Vedantin should know. Kalpa, Nirukta, Nyaya, and all these things.
Yeah, of course, Nyaya. All of us know Nyaya. By having gone to college, we know Nyaya.
Oh.
We know a lot of Nyaya.
Oh.
Correct. Nyaya is logic. We're all supposed to be logical people now. Why? Because we've been grilled. It's been Nyaya has been grilled into us. Every science is Nyaya. Nyaya Shastra. Every science is Nyaya Shastra. Whatever we study, there's always cause, effect, cause, effect, cause, effect. Nyaya. Nyaya. But here our Nyaya is a little subtler also. Because Atma is subtle. Therefore, our Nyaya will become talking about very subtle things. Karma, karma phalam. And then Punarjanma. Then again, Avidya, Avidyaya, Kama, Kamena, Karma. Like that, if we say, logic only is involved there. But if, like this language, we have never used before. Never used it. So that's the thing, Ramuji. That's the logic. It's important. It says, logic is very important. You can't be illogical. Correct? That is why Nyaya is one of the Shadangas. Jyotisham. Nyaya is there in somewhere else. The Vedanga, you have Jyotisham, etc. Shiksha, Kalpa, etc. Nyaya comes, yeah. So that shows. Nyaya is important. But you can't use Nyaya alone and conclude about Atma. Can't even arrive at Atma using Nyaya.
So it's a Laukika Vishaya Nyaya, Alaukika Vishaya Shastra.
Correct. Laukika Vishaya Nyaya means what? Laukika means whatever is there in this world that you and I know through our Pratyaksha Pramana. Friends tell me this, and they told me this, that. So that's it. Our whole life is based on who told what. That's it. That is called Laukika. Alaukika, Veda. Alaukika is Veda. Veda. Veda Nyaya is there. Veda, whatever Veda says is impossible to figure out. Impossible to figure out. Karma itself impossible to figure out. Punarjarma impossible to figure out. Swarga impossible to figure out. Moksha impossible to figure out. Yeah, Alaukika. But fortunately, Advaita Vedanta is not Alaukika. Why?
It uses both to reach.
Because it's Jivan Muktihi Iheva. So right here itself that knowledge has to take place. Only a human mind can know this. A dead mind cannot know it. And it has to happen here and now. And then at that point, it becomes real for me. Real for me. Okay, maybe not Laukika in that sense of empirical reality. This is Paramarthikam. And so since it becomes real to me, it happens in this world. That's what I meant to say when I say Laukika. Okay, thank you, Ramuji.
Dhanyawad.
Okay. Liberal versus servile education. Shraddha is liberal education. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Oh, Vaidyaji is there.
Yes, this is something I just wanted to share. Last week, Modi ji had this inauguration function for this Yuge Yugin Bharat Mandapam.
Yeah.
Right? That new museum that's going to come up. So in that inauguration ceremony, which is on YouTube, if one would listen to it, and I happened to listen to a part of it yesterday. So Rabindranath Tagore's poem, Anandaloke, was played in that inauguration ceremony. And the reason I bring up this Anandaloke here is that was one of Pujya Swamiji's favorite songs, poems. You might have even learned it in the Gurukulam in the class. I don't know. My brother told me, Krishnan and Indu, my sister-in-law, when they attended the 3-year program, somebody taught them that that entire song. Anuradha might be familiar with that. Anuradha ji, you might be familiar with that. So
Yes, I can even tell you the song.
Yeah, please.
Anandaloke Mungulaloke. I don't know all the words, but yes.
Dhirajo Shatto
Sundaro.
Mohima Tavo.
Yeah, Premaji, go ahead. Please join.
Anandaloke Mongolaloke Dhirajo Shatto Sundaro Mohima Tavo. ভুলে গেছি তারপরে
উদ্ভাসিত.
মহা
Yeah, it's like I don't have the words, but yes, we know the song very well. It used to be our Prarthana Sangit in school.
In school, assembly. In the assembly, you used to sing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what is the essence of that song? What is the meaning? What comes out?
So in that song is a highly Vedantic song, as I understand. So, Krishnan actually gave me some more details. So the Ananda Loke, Mangala, it's Mangala Aloke. Aloke means light. So the auspicious light. And then Soto is Satya. And Sundara is Sundar. Satyam and Sundaram.
Correct.
Sotta.
I remember Swami had.
There's also that Upanishad from one of the Upanishad where it talks about how the sun, moon, everybody does their duty out of fear, and that is also there in this Chandra Tapana.
That's in Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad.
That's that Kathopanishad. That verse is there here in this song Anandaloke. Chandra
Everything
Tapana,
is working on his will.
Yes, correct.
Everything
And there
is
it
working
says
on his
Vyakula.
will. Yeah. It has a Sanskrit version also. Sangachadvam Sangabadhyam Sangamama. Again, I don't remember the words, but it's very known to the European school childrens.
Oh.
They sing this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it went from here to Europe during those times.
Yeah, but they still do it. I think for King Charles, they did this song.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that Kathopanishad. Idu vandu Taittiriya Upanishad. Bhishasmad vatah pavate.
That's right.
ईशोदेति सूर्यः भीषात्मात् अग्निश्चेन्द्रश्च मृत्युर्धावति पंचम इति भीषास्माद् वातः पवति vayu is running from place to place out of fear. The word fear is used there, out of fear of something, right? Okay, then भीषास्माद् वातः पवते भीषोदेति सूर्यः उदेति out of fear. Surya also sun rising लगातार, just kept rising day after day after day. ईशोदेति सूर्यः भीषास्माद् अग्निश्चेन्द्रश्च Agnihi cha Indraha cha. Agni is doing its job because of fear of this all-pervasive whole. Even though the whole cannot cause any fear. Okay. In fact, whole is a source of Satchidananda. Okay. Ananda, really speaking. Still, Mrityur Dhavati. Yama is just running its in from place to place. Like this, there is a particular paragraph in the Taittiriya Upanishad. I think it comes in.
Why does Panchama come there? Mrityur Dhavati Panchama?
Panchama. That is because fifth. Vataha pavate. Vishasmad vatah pavate. Visho deti suryaha. Vishasmad agnihi indraha cha. Panchamaha. The fifth, Yama. I think that's what Panchama means there. I have to go look up Bhashyam. I forgot. It's been a long time. So that's what it is. Fifth. Okay. So this Anand, I want to look up that. If one of you can send me a nice song. Maybe it is rendered very beautifully somewhere. Or you can sing. Anuradhaji and Prema together can prepare and sing it. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the most.
Okay.
Next Satsanga.
Yeah.
So Jaykumarji, in this song, there is that verse which echoes it, which is Grahataraka Chandra Tapana Vyakula Druta Beje.
Chandrataraka. Yeah, it has a verse. If I get the Gita Vitan, I will remember the whole thing.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
No, I have it. I have the Gita Vitan myself. Like a Bengali always have a Gita Vitan in their household.
I see.
Yeah. And another thing just that you mentioned, that Rabindranath Tagore's all songs have the Upanishadic touch to it. Every song.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is very amazing. And he was asked, where does he get the inspiration to write so many in Harvard? And then he said that it's his father, then Buddhadev, and Upanishads. That's where all his songs are.
I see. Yeah.
I find every song with Rabindranath, I find the spirituality in that.
Yeah. Thakurji.
He has given a very beautiful explanation for Shraddha. I will get it on, send it.
Yeah, sure. Very good. Very good. Thank you. So next satsang also you can, Radhaji, you can sing it. Premaji can sing it. We'd love to listen to you.
Great. Thank you. So what is Gita?
You are muted. Vaidyaji, you are muted. And even when you are...
Anuradhaji mentioned every Bengali household has a Gita Bitan. What was that, a book, or is that, what is it?
No, it's a composite books. It's called Gito Bitan. It has all the songs that written by Rabindranath Tagore. It's this thick.
I see. It's a complete works.
The complete works of Rabindranath. But no,
Oh.
not the complete works. It's only for the songs.
Got it.
The complete works is in 6 volumes. Yeah.
What people
So
you have.
all the Bengalis, like, when we were young, you have to learn Rabindra Sangeet.
Yeah. Bengal was the seat. It was the nerve center of the British movement, anti-British movement, because intellectuals were all there in West Bengal. My goodness.
Badrulok.
What's that?
Badrulok.
Badrulok.
Yeah.
So, yeah, every person, Bose onwards, all scientists were there, intellectuals were there. Aurobindo Bose, who is Pondicherry, was named after him, but he's from Bengal only.
Bengal.
Undivided Bengal, my God. Sometimes we feel sad now because today's West Bengal is so messed up. If guys to be somehow, we want that change to come because it's a mess, right?
Shyam Prasad
I
Mukherjee.
I call it Gana Karma Phala Bhoga. Because they got into so much of this Babugiri. Because they used to call Babus the Britishers.
Correct.
And so they got so much buttered up, they started looking down on everyone else.
That virus just got them.
Yeah. And they really killed.
Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Basically, moral corruption.
Yeah.
Only the Hindus can be bought easily.
Now, that's because of that. The British knew it very well. If you take the Sanskrit and Veda out of them, that's it. These fellows will be rudderless. They will go wherever you ask them to go.
That's the Macaulay letter itself says, no?
A letter has been, someone was asked, how can we tame them? And then he said, only way, because they are so much connected with their dharma. If we can break that, that's only our way to get in. So that's the dividing rule.
Exactly.
That's why they planted Sister Teresa there to counter the emergence of Hinduism and nationalism from Calcutta.
Yeah, Calcutta is known for many firsts. Teresa is one. The first slaughterhouse, Calcutta. Robert Clive. I read this somewhere. I hope it's true. This is what I read. Robert Clive established the first cow slaughterhouse in Calcutta. They knew how to attack this culture. They knew it.
Somebody got planted from South Africa also.
Huh?
Somebody got planted from South Africa also.
Yes. From England also.
Yeah. So that's what this Shastram is. We need to stay focused on it. Okay, we'll stop with this. Any other questions? No. Narayan and Meera returned from Sri Sailam and other places. And maybe you can spend a few minutes to tell us how was your latest Tirtha Yatra?
Guruji, you want to conclude Satsang and then we'll speak?
Okay. We'll do that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.